From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSPTV and the Standard Speaker.
A big rig flips on the interstate, trapping the driver for over an hour. The trailer was hauling orange juice, which left a sticky mess on the highway. The accident in Butler Township is where we begin tonight on News 13. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Kristen Bazinski. A big rig crashed along an interstate ramp today, dumping orange juice all over the highway and leaving the driver trapped inside the tractor's cab for over an hour. Dozens of rescue workers worked feverishly to get the 56-year-old Anthony Schildmeyer of Muncie out of the crushed cab. The rig rolled off the southbound ramp from Interstate 81 to Interstate 80 right around 10:30 in the morning. Schildmeyer was alert and talking to his rescuers. However, he was hurt pretty bad, suffering head, chest, and stomach trauma. Valley Regional Deputy Fire Chief Marty James said it's a good thing fire departments train for accidents and rescues like this one.
It took 3 different companies, Valley Regional, Sugarloaf, and Hazel Township. We all worked together to get him out. He was just pinned in that hard against the ground with the guardrails in the way. That was quite difficult. The truck rolled over with the driver's side down in against the guardrails, and the driver was also pinned by the steering wheel. So we had to cut guardrails, pull top of the truck off, and the steering wheel to get him out.
The trailer was carrying orange juice, which did spill onto the roadway. There was also a small oil leak firefighters had to contend with. The Department of Agriculture and the Department of Environmental Protection both notified about the accident and the OJ spill. No word on what caused the rig to roll. However, firefighters say this is a common spot for crashes and usually speed plays a role. The ramp was closed for approximately 4 hours, but is back open at this hour. Schildmeyer was taken to the Geisinger, Wyoming Valley Hospital. A head-on collision into a tree left 2 Schuylkill County men in the hospital Tuesday night. The accident happened around 11 on Pine Valley Road in East Brunswick Township. Police tell us the driver of a van, 20-year-old Tyler Ryan McNulty of Schuylkill Haven, lost control around a right-hand curve and hit a tree head-on. McNulty was hurt, along with his passenger, 21-year-old Brandon Michael Kirshner, also of Schuylkill Haven. Both were taken to a trauma center. A 32-year-old Hazleton man is in trouble with the law tonight after assaulting a woman inside a James Street Hazleton home Tuesday afternoon. Police say Onan Mejia Marita was involved in a dispute with a 23-year-old female at 564 James Street. The victim ended up with facial injuries. Mejia Marita was sent to prison where he remains tonight. He is facing some serious charges, including terroristic threats and assault. A judge set his bail at $35,000. Butler Township police are investigating a number of break-ins and thefts. Someone broke into a home along North Old Turnpike Road in the 200 block last Thursday. Rings and a safe are missing. Then another burglary on Friday in the High Tor section of the township. Money was snatched in that break-in, and also Friday a burglary at a home on Nesco Manor Road. The burglar got away with some power tools. Butler police are also looking for the person who shot at a 16-year-old pedestrian 3 times with an airsoft gun as the boy walked along Route 309 in Butler Township Thursday. It happened around 3 in the afternoon, and the suspect was said to be in a teal Chevy pickup with an extended cab. The truck was last seen speeding north on Hunter Highway. It is also believed a prowler is on the loose in Butler Township and was last seen near an assisted living facility this past weekend. The male prowler is described as a white male wearing dark clothing and was seen by a number of people near Fritzingertown Senior Living Community. That's when the man ran into the woods and police could not find him. If anyone knows anything about the break-ins, the shooter, or the prowler, you're asked to dial 911 for the Butler Township Police Department. National Fire Prevention Week kicks off Monday, but in Hazleton, city firefighters are getting a jump start on educating the youth. Today, nursery school students at Trinity Lutheran had a chance to learn all about fire safety from some local heroes. The little ones were able to go through the city's blow-up fire safety house, along with taking turns spraying the fire hose, and also took home some good tips. And firefighters say that's the key for the students to take what they learned in the classroom home to share with their family. So what did the little ones learn today?
What did they teach you inside the house?
To not touch the stove. When there's a fire on your clothes, stop, drop, and roll.
And what did you get to do outside today?
Spray the fire hose. That was so fun.
What did you do outside?
Spray the hose.
Got to spray the hose?
Yeah.
The students were able to head outside for an up-close and personal look at the fire trucks and the equipment, and again, spray that hose, which looks like a lot of fun. Again, it's all a part of National Fire Prevention Week, helping to raise fire safety awareness for everyone, big and small. It's a good time for everyone to practice fire safety at home and at work. Now, the city firefighters have a packed schedule of visits for the coming days, meeting with youngsters all over Hazleton and beyond. And coming up on News 13, anti-bullying efforts continue all week long for the Hazleton Area School District. We'll stop by one school to find out what's on the agenda there. And students aren't the only ones getting bullied. Find out how one public figure dealt with her own bully next. Statistics show that 1 out of 4 kids are bullied. 77% of students are bullied mentally, verbally, and physically. But one form is becoming extremely common. That is cyberbullying. The Hazleton Area School District officially kicked off Anti-Bullying Awareness Week on Monday. Jasmine Brooks is in Freeland, where students continue to learn about anti-bullying.
For this week's District Newsmaker, we are at the Freeland Elementary Middle School, and I am talking to 2 8th grade students about the bullying program that has kicked off on Monday, but all week long. Freeland Elementary Middle School will be doing different activities. And so now joining me, Alexis and Nick is going to tell us a little bit about what is to come and what has already happened for the Anti-Bullying Week.
Well, on Monday we had the kickoff program. We had UFC fighters come in and a sensei from karate. They came in and talked to us about how bullying hurts and everything. We had kindergartners singing, we had videos shown, and now through all this week we're getting bully lessons.
And so what are some things that you learn in these bullying lessons?
Like just the different types of bullying, how it hurts, what you could do about it, how to stop it.
And have you learned anything with the internet and how that kind of plays a role in this?
Yeah, the internet, people go on Facebook, on Twitter, people could just gang up on somebody, keep saying bad things about them.
And Nick, you're a leader in the school as an 8th grade student, so how are you going to kind of take leadership?
I'm going to make sure that I don't bully anybody, and if I see anything, stop it.
All right, awesome. Moving on to Alexis, there's a big event coming up on Friday, and how is that going to go down?
Well, we're all going to walk down Delcroze Field, and we're all going to make a huge peace sign, and the fire company is going to take an aerial shot of it, and it's going to be a big deal about it.
And you're all going to be dressed in something special.
Yeah, we all have these awesome blue shirts, and we all match, and the teachers have white ones.
And I mean, that's definitely a really, really fun activity, and you're going to be taking a picture of that, which we'll be able to find on the website. And so tell us a little bit about that, Nick.
Oh, if you go on www.hasdk12.org, and then if you go under the Freeland site, if you go under behavior, you can find all the videos, pictures, everything that happened during this week.
All right, awesome. And so you're also a leader, Alexis, so can you tell me a little bit about how you plan on showing your leadership skills in the school?
Well, making sure that there is no bullying going on and helping everyone that I could.
All right, well, you guys have been great. Thank you so much. For this week's District Newsmaker, I'm Jasmine Brooks from the Freeland Elementary Middle School.
All right, Jasmine, thanks so much. Well, it's not only children who can become the brunt of a bully. Adults can also be pushed around and have bad things said about them and to them. A news anchor from Wisconsin says she was the victim of bullying after receiving an email from a viewer who felt her weight was a problem and that she wasn't setting a good example as a person in the public eye. At first, Jennifer Livingston brushed off the email like she did with others in the past, but then she thought of her family, particularly her daughters, and realized she was a victim of bullying. but one with tough skin. Children might not be able to brush it off so easily. So Livingston decided to let her viewers know about the email and took it to the air on WKBT-TV in La Crosse, Wisconsin, calling the writer a bully. Now, her husband, also a news anchor, also posted the email on his Facebook page, and the support from the public was overwhelming. Here's a small part of Livingston's over 4-minute live message taking a stand against attacks like hers.
I am overweight. You could call me fat, and yes, even obese on a doctor's chart. But to the person who wrote me that letter, do you think I don't know that? That your cruel words are pointing out something that I don't see? You don't know me. You are not a friend of mine. You are not a part of my family, and you have admitted that you don't watch this show. So you know nothing about me but what you see on the outside. And I am much more than a number on a scale. And here is where I want all of us to learn something from this. If you didn't already know, October is National Anti-Bullying Month, and this is a problem that is growing every day in our schools and on the internet. It is a major issue in the lives of young people today, and as the mother of 3 young girls, it scares me to death. Now, I am a grown woman, and luckily for me, I have a very thick skin, literally, as that email pointed out, and otherwise. And that man's words mean nothing to me. But what really angers me about this is there are children who don't know better, who get emails as critical as the one I received, or in many cases even worse, each and every day.
Now, the man who wrote the email, Kenneth Krause, told the Associated Press in an interview that his emails had nothing to do with bullying, and says he will not back down on his opinion that she was a bad role model. Livingston said she hopes those who heard her message will take it seriously, especially children. And as a fellow news anchor and also someone who has received some not so nice emails throughout my years on TV, and also someone who has battled with my weight, kudos to Jennifer. And all I have to say is, you go, girl. Well, in good times and in bad times, it can be nice to have a friend, and one organization is helping to make just that. For over 17 years, an organization called SAFE, which stands for Supporting Autism and Families Everywhere, has been uniting families, caretakers, professionals, and community leaders with one important goal: the goal of improving the lives of individuals with autism spectrum disorder. Now, this local organization is inviting families all around the area to join in. The SAFE organization has many programs to offer people of every age, from children as young as age 6 to adults. For kids, the PALS group has recently been formed. For teens, there is a teen club, and there is also a young adult group. Each group emphasizes sharing interests and just hanging out with peers of the same age. All groups meet once a month to catch up. Executive Director of SAFE, Patricia Cave, explains the organization's newest and youngest group, the PALS group.
And the purpose is for them to get socialization skills, because these children who are diagnosed on the autism spectrum are ostracized. They have no friends at school. And usually other children may make fun of them or what have you. So the purpose is for them to start relationships with children like themselves and be able to, talk about what things may be bothering them or what things they have in common.
For families and individuals with ASD, monthly support groups are held in Wilkes-Barre and at the Hazleton YMYWCA. Activities for all groups alternate locations, and to learn more about the SAFE organization and the numerous ways that the group can possibly help you, visit autismsafe.org or call 822-7259. Well, the governor of Pennsylvania says he is helping students and job seekers find employment. On Tuesday, Governor Tom Corbett unveiled Pennsylvania Career Coach, a first-of-its-kind statewide free online tool designed to help Pennsylvania students and job seekers make lasting career choices. According to the governor, PA Career Coach is not just another job search website. It is designed to help Pennsylvanians make lasting career choices. The site was developed by the Pennsylvania Department of Labor and Industry and will provide up-to-date local employment data, such as current and projected job openings, recent job growth areas, estimated earnings, and occupations that match with a user's current skills and knowledge, as well as specific educational programs in the local area that will prepare an individual for a given occupation. All you need to provide is your first name and zip code in order to be able to look at details of more than 800 occupations. For more information on PA Career Coach, visit pacareercoach.org. On your screen right now, you're winning midday lottery numbers. Maybe if you hit it big, you won't have to have a career anymore. You can stay at home and have some fun. Daily number 096, Big 4 9890, Quinto this afternoon 02967, and Treasure Hunt 5, 10, 14, 20, and 24. Good luck.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, the Hair Seller, 358 East Muir Avenue in Hazleton, will be pinking hair for only $10 an extension. All proceeds go to the Look Good, Feel Better program for the American Cancer Society. Appointments only, so call today, 570-455-3429. And one more reminder, open registration will be held for the Girl Scouts in the greater Hazleton area. Stop by the Hazleton City Hall Friday, October 5th from 6 to 7:30. Use the rear entrance and elevator to the second floor auditorium. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. James Michael White Knight of Hazleton. Services will be held privately from the Hillary J. Bonin Funeral Home. Mary Warholic of Hazleton. Funeral is Friday at 10 a.m. from the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 9 to 10 a.m. Stella Marie M. Mentler of Freeland. Funeral is Friday at 9:30 a.m. from the McHugh Wilczek Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Nicholas J. Young and Anna May Young of Hometown. Public memorial service will be held Friday at 11 a.m. from the First United Methodist Church. Friends may call Thursday from 4 to 7 p.m. at the E. Franklin Griffiths Funeral Home. Frank Trekalaski of Zion Grove. Arrangements will be announced by the Harmon Funeral Home. Leonard G. Zielinski of Gilberton. The Nice Heart Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. And Joan A. Duffy of Hazleton. Mass is Saturday at 10 a.m. from the Annunciation Parish at St. Gabriel's Church. Friends may call Friday from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Boyle Funeral Home. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazleton. For delivery to all local funeral homes, call 570-454-0111. And by Mia's. Don't settle for second best when dining out. Discover Mia's new low-price dinner menu. And remember, there's always plenty of free gated parking behind the Marco Building.
SSPTV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr.
The Lady Cougar field hockey team has been up and down so far this year. And so with Holy Redeemer coming into Harmon Geist last night, they're one of the better teams in the conference. Figured this would be a good test. Now, if you can follow along, it was a little foggy last night, as you could see down at Old Harmon Geist. But on the turf, conditions were absolutely ideal. Now, the Lady Cougars wearing the home whites right here, and early on, they would get a goal, and that would put it up 1-0. So maybe, just maybe, they were primed to make a game of this. Hey, you got Selena Garzio on your team, you're never going to be out of the game. You can see her here doing some of her magic. She is simply one of the better field hockey players in all of northeastern Pennsylvania. Nice to have her on the Lady Cougar squad. She would get her goal, of course. But Redeemer, hey, they're Redeemer. They're a pretty tough team. They not only would come back here and tie it at 1 apiece, they would forge ahead with a couple of goals and take a 3-1 lead into the halftime. And they would put off this pesky Hazleton team. Hazleton would hang around. They scored a goal to make it 3-2, but then Redeemer added a couple more. And the final, you could put it in the book as Redeemer doubling up on the Lady Cougars. 6-3, the final in this one. Holy Redeemer remains atop the Wyoming Valley Conference. Hazleton area off until tomorrow. They'll travel to the back mountain to take on the Dallas Mountaineers. Now, in water polo yesterday, Cumberland Valley came into the auditorium in Hazleton and put on a little bit of a clinic. They beat the girls 11-5, and they would beat the boys 15-7. Ryan Paisley had a couple of goals on the boys' side. Becca Yanis for the girls, same thing as well, but not enough to make a difference. Volleyball, no surprise here. The Marion Phillies in straight sets over Williams Valley. 11 kills for Mary Kate Shirkness. North Schuylkill 3-1 set winners over Monoy area. And MMI 3-1 winners over Tunkhannock as Kristen Purcell 17 service points en route to the win. Now today we've got the cluster running. They'll be at Hanover area, so that means Pittston, GAR, Crestwood, MMI, Dallas, Northwest. They're all in that cluster. You can see the MMI cluster is at Berwick, and the Hazleton cluster is at Hanover. Schuylkill League, Monoy at Minersville, Shenandoah Valley, Columbia Montour at Marion, North Schuylkill is in Pottsville. Boys soccer, Hazleton area under the lights tonight at Spartan Stadium, MMI at Wyoming area, North Schuylkill at Thorpe, and Tamaqua over in Pottsville. Girls soccer, Holy Redeemer, they're in town. That game going on right now, Hazleton area and Redeemer. MMI is at Myers, North Schuylkill is at Tamaqua. Volleyball, Hazleton Holy Redeemer is off the boards. Makeup on that is going to be October the 23rd. Major League Baseball, Russ Kanzler, 0 for 4 last night, but his Indians were 4-1 winners over the White Sox. He has one more chance today, final game of the season, for the Tribe to get that average back up to the 280, 290 range. We'll see what happens. There you see the schedule. As we said, they're hosting the White Sox. The Yankees and Orioles, Yankees have the one-game lead. Either one Yankee win or one Baltimore defeat will mean the division for the Yankees. If the Yankees lose, Baltimore wins, then it's a tie. They'll play it off on Thursday. Joe Madden's team been playing them very, very tough. And the big one, Oakland, Texas. They're in a dead heat tie. They're playing right now. Game just started, as a matter of fact, out on the left coast. Hey, you know, you might want to start thinking about heating your home this winter. You could do it for less with American Premium Coal Sales. They offer locally mined quality anthracite at a very, very fair price. It's available for pickup or delivery. And you know, if you order 6 tons or more, you'll qualify for a $10 per ton discount. Now, want more information? You got to contact American Premium Coal Sales. There's the number. It's even toll-free if you're outside of the area. And they're there Monday through Friday, 7 to 4. There's their Saturday hours. Boy, can you beat good old-fashioned anthracite coal to heat your home.
A warm Wednesday as compared to some recent days when we saw temps in the low 60s as our high. Some places hit 80 degrees, but the heat will be taking a hike soon. We'll check that out later, but first, mostly cloudy skies will carry through tonight with fog and scattered showers and a low down to 61. Now for your Thursday, look for the clouds to remain with fog as well. We see a 40% chance of rain, and we're going to get up to about 75 degrees in Schuylkill County for your Thursday. And not quite warm enough to jump in a swimming pool, but it sure would have been nice. Thanks to Xavier Williams from the Hazleton Elementary School for providing us with this creative condition tonight. He must enjoy swimming on hot days. I know I do, but not hot enough today. And for tonight, we see isolated showers. 62 will be our low. Clouds remain and fog. Tomorrow, same story, cloudy, foggy with a chance of a thunderstorm. 69 will be our high. Make sure you stay with us because we are going to cool off drastically in the coming days ahead. Voice problems have caused pop legend Art Garfunkel to cancel his concert in Hazleton on Saturday. Ticket holders will receive refunds. Garfunkel was set to take the stage at the Wiltsey Center at the historic castle. Center officials are saddened by the cancellation and say their biggest loss is from advertising that was done leading up to the show. Garfunkel has reportedly been battling vocal cord problems since 2010. His Hazleton show is not expected to be rescheduled. However, there are a number of other shows coming up at the Hazleton Performing Arts Center, including rock star Bret Michaels. To purchase tickets or to learn more about becoming a member of the Castle Club, visit wiltseycenter.org or call toll-free at 1-800-878-8255. 855-WILTSY. And News 13 will be right back in just a few. Make sure you stay with us. Two state lawmakers with two very different opinions on Pennsylvania's voter ID law and the judge's decision Tuesday to halt the requirement for the general election. Reaction from one senator and one state representative right now on News 13.
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Hey again, everyone. Thanks for staying with us tonight. I'm Kristen Bazinski. State Representative Tara Toohill is not happy with the decision made Tuesday by Commonwealth Court Judge Robert Simpson Jr. regarding the voter ID law. The Pennsylvania judge postponed the enforcement of the state's new strict voter ID law until after the November presidential election. Representative Toohill told News 13, not only do voters want this law, but the Pennsylvania House of Representatives worked hard to get the law passed. As for State Senator John Udechak, he is not against the voter ID law, but simply feels it was moving too quickly and should not be implemented for this very important election. The senator told News 13 he commends the judge on his ruling, which ensures that not a single eligible voter will be disenfranchised or turned away at the polls come Election Day.
It was clear that PennDOT, the other state agencies, were not going to have enough time to implement this measure and not disenfranchise voters. So I think the judge got it right, rejected the law. We'll go back and we'll work on it. I think most people recognize that having a voter identification is a responsible thing to do, but you have to do it in an appropriate way. Most other states take 12 to 24 months. We were trying to do it in 3 to 6 months. It was impossible. This is great news for the voters of Pennsylvania.
I think that most people do agree that you should have some sort of voter ID, that you should have a photo identification if you're going to the polls and you're going to be voting. Because each one of these fraudulent votes, if there's a vote by an illegal immigrant or there's a vote by people that double vote and triple vote in other areas or are voting in someone else's name, all of those fraudulent votes negate the integrity of that one real vote.
The voter ID law will likely be fully implemented by next election. So in the meantime, voters are encouraged to obtain a valid ID and should have ample time to do so. Also, when folks head to the polls on November 6th, they will still be asked for identification. However, if a voter does not have one, they will be given information on how and where to get one in time for the primary election in 2013. Now to Schuylkill County, where one borough is looking to fix some flooding problems with the help of grant money. The big ticket item on Tuesday's agenda for McAdoo Borough Council, flooding. Members of council discussed their options to fix the water woes with the 2013 Community Development Block Grant. Borough engineer Greg Pavlik from Barry Isaac gave council information on flooding problems on the east side of the borough. Council President John Shigo believes this is the best way for the borough to have the money to fix the problem.
Yeah, right now we're looking to put another project into place, and it involves the east side of McAdoo. In particular, it pertains to the cemeteries up there. All that runoff is coming down and actually going through the whole town of McAdoo. We do have a flood control system around the town, and we're looking for ways to channel that water into that system. It would be on the east side of Blaine Street, from Lincoln Street all the way up to Madison Street, and that would go south.
Also, council talked about the conditions of some borough roads. Members said they are going to be looking into paving some of the streets, a project that has been talked about for over a year now and has never come to fruition. Why? Because the borough never had a way to pay for the paving, but we'll continue to come up with a solution and start smoothing the roads as soon as possible. You may not have heard much lately about plans to build a prototype wind turbine facility in Hazleton. It was proposed for the city back in 2011. And although no physical work has started, the project is still on track. The facility would be built at the southern end of the Louis Shivo City View Park. That's off of Poplar Street in the Heights. Now the land will be leased to the New Jersey company V3 Power from the city of Hazleton. Hazleton Mayor Joe Yanuzzi says the wind turbine facility will benefit the city.
Well, aside from giving some cheaper electricity to the city, certain companies can use them, it also is going to manufacture them in Hazleton. And getting a manufacturing company in Hazleton is quite a good find.
A good find that should bring assembly and manufacturing jobs to the city. The facility would consist of an estimated 2,400 to 2,600 square foot building, which would house the turbines and an energy generation unit. Although the turbine project was set to start back in January, the project continues to move forward and, according to the mayor, is very much still alive. A big rig crashed along an interstate ramp today, dumping orange juice all over the highway and leaving the driver trapped inside the tractor's cab for over an hour. Dozens of rescue workers worked feverishly to get 56-year-old Anthony Schildmeyer of Muncie out of the crushed cab. The rig rolled off of the southbound ramp from Interstate 81 to Interstate 80 right around 10:30 in the morning. Schildmeyer was alert and talking to his rescuers. However, we're told he was hurt pretty bad, suffering from head, chest, and stomach trauma. Valley Regional Deputy Fire Chief Marty James said it's a good thing fire departments train for accidents and rescues like this one.
It took 3 different companies. Valley Regional, Sugarloaf, and Hazel Township. We all worked together to get him out. He was just pinned in that hard against the ground with the guardrails in the way. That was quite difficult. The truck rolled over with the driver's side down in against the guardrails, and the driver was also pinned by the steering wheel. So we had to cut guardrails, whole top of the truck off, and the steering wheel to get him out.
Now, the trailer, we're told, was carrying orange juice, which did spill out onto the roadway. There was also a small oil leak firefighters had to contend with. The Department of Agriculture and the Department of Environmental Protection were both notified of the accident and the OJ spill. No word on what caused the rig to roll. However, firefighters say this is a common spot for crashes and that usually speed plays a role. The ramp was closed for about 4 hours, but it is back open at this hour. Schildmeyer was taken to Geisinger, Wyoming Valley Hospital. Still to come tonight on News 13, plans for a former school will be discussed with the public this month. How the former Bishop Hafey building will be brought back to life. And another building in Hazleton is very much alive and in fact celebrating 150 years of worship. We'll stop by next. Well, October 25th may be a date you want to remember if you're interested in the future plans of one former school in Hazleton. The former Bishop Hafey High School, now owned by the Hazleton Area School District, does have a future and will soon house students again. But some work needs to be done to accommodate the Hazleton Area School District's needs. The district bought the building to ease overcrowding. For those interested in finding out exactly what that plan is and how much it will cost to go forward with it, the school district is giving the community an opportunity to find out at a public hearing. Again, the date to remember is October 25th at the district's administration building starting at 5 p.m. The public hearing will begin in the school board's usual meeting chamber. One Hazleton church is celebrating a big birthday, 150 years. Christ Evangelical Lutheran Church in downtown is celebrating 150 years of ministry. While Reverend Wayne Loophole is the congregation's current pastor, the Reverend R.S. Wagner served as the church's very first pastor. The church came about 150 years ago when a group of primarily German folk separated from a Protestant church to form a Lutheran congregation. This beautiful church sits at the corner of Church and Green Streets in the city of Hazleton, and this past Sunday, the congregation celebrated this significant milestone. A warm Wednesday as compared to some recent days when we saw temps in the low 60s. As our high. Some places hit 80 degrees today, but the heat will be taking a hike very soon. Let's check it out. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies in Schuylkill County with fog and a chance of showers. 61 will be our low. Your 4-day outlook goes like this: patchy fog on your Thursday with scattered showers and thunderstorms. We're going to get up to 69 degrees, dipping to 56 on Thursday night with cloudy skies, then gradually becoming clear, making way for sunny skies on Friday, high near 71. 54 will be our low on Friday night with rain likely. Saturday, that rain continues with cloudy skies and chilly temps. 57 for a high, 41 for a low on your Saturday night, and look for it to be raining Saturday evening. Sunday, chance of rain, cloudy with a high near 50, and we will dip to 35 degrees Sunday night. And it's not quite warm enough to jump in a swimming pool, but it sure would have been nice. Thanks to Xavier Williams from the Hazelton Elementary School for providing us with this creative condition tonight. He must enjoy swimming on hot days. For tonight, mostly cloudy skies with fog as a possibility, scattered thunderstorms as well, and a low down to 62. And since I already gave you Hazelton's forecast because I was reading the wrong one, which I apologize for, there it is. So again, 35 degrees will be our low on Sunday night here in Greater Hazelton, 50 for a high. So we are going to take a drastic change when it comes to the temperature outside. So get ready for it, folks. And Sand Springs Country Club bringing you the forecast tonight with weekly restaurant specials. Hey, it's Wednesday. That means it's wing night at Sand Springs. 35-cent wings with weekly featured wing sauces and $1.50 pints of Yingling Lager. You can't beat that. Located at 10 Clubhouse Drive in Drums. Call 788-5845. And you can visit sandspringsgolf.com or find Sand Springs on Facebook. Stay with us tonight on News 13. We head to one local preschool where students learned all about fire safety. But first, Freddie B's in with sports. He has the latest from the sports world, including a little field hockey action in the fog from last night. Stay with us. Well, National Fire Prevention Week kicks off Monday, but in Hazelton, city firefighters are getting a jump start on educating the youth. Today, nursery school students at Trinity Lutheran had a chance to learn all about fire safety from some local heroes. The little ones were able to go through the city's fire safety house, along with taking turns spraying the fire hose, and took home some good tips. And firefighters say that's the key, for the students to take what they learned in the classroom home to share with their family. So what exactly did the little ones learn today?
What did they teach you inside the house?
To not touch the stove. When there's a fire on your clothes, stop, drop, and roll.
And what did you get to do outside today?
Spray the fire hose. That was so fun.
What did you do outside?
Spray the hose.
You got to spray the hose?
Yeah.
Now the students were able to head outside for an up-close and personal look at the fire trucks and equipment. And again, it's all part of National Fire Prevention Week, helping to raise fire safety awareness for everyone, big and small. It's a good time for everyone to practice fire safety at work and at home. The city firefighters have a packed schedule of visits for the coming days, meeting with youngsters all over Hazelton and beyond. It is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month across the country, and right here at home, advocates are painting their towns pink in support of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's an annual international health campaign organized by major breast cancer charities every October to increase awareness of the disease and to raise funds for research into its cause, prevention, diagnosis, treatment, and cure. The campaign also offers information and support to those affected by breast cancer, as well as providing a platform for breast cancer charities to raise awareness of their work and of the disease. It's a prime opportunity to remind women to be breast aware for earlier detection. SSPTV wants to help raise awareness and support as well. So if you are a fan of The Girls Show, seen right here on Channel 13, you can buy one of these pink mugs for just $5, with all money going to the American Cancer Society of Hazelton. If you're interested, call 459-9813 or email us at ssp@ssptv.com. All right, that'll do it for us tonight. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. You can catch this newscast again with a rebroadcast throughout tonight, or simply go to News 13's website anytime you'd like, ssptv.com. That's where you're going to find everything Greater Hazelton, Schuylkill County, and beyond. It's all just a click away. On behalf of your News 13 team, be safe. We'll see you back here for Thursday. Good night.